don't need to go through those.
Dr. Sullivan, just wanted to notify you that I'm recording the meeting.
Thank you. Okay, is there a spokesperson or?
I am Dr. Sullivan.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we are here today to, in the second step process of our grievance in regards to curriculum night that we participated in on December 2nd for our school. We are seeking compensation for those. We are seeking compensation for those activities regarding that night. As you'll see, I've included some emails in our packet that in regards to that evening and our preparation. And then also the materials that were provided to us by our principal. And then just some other information pieces that I know have been in question. And then we had gathered the other day and we were looking to define what compensation and flex time meant. And so just trying to get a better clarification for ourselves, I've attached that information as well.
Okay. Did you want to discuss any of these?
Well, we just want you to know, that we went into curriculum night with very short notice in preparation. Our timeline, we were not presented that curriculum night would be happening officially from our principal until the evening of November 25th. Which is, if you recall, that would be a Tuesday, and then we were heading into Thanksgiving break. And then December 2nd fell that following Tuesday. And technically, with less than a week to prepare our materials, and then with us having the Thanksgiving break, really we only had 3 days time, not even that, 2 days time to notify parents. And then to also get our materials presented. For some of us, it's a hardship. I know that there's others that aren't here with us that do work second jobs. To make those accommodations in under a week's time, for others to provide daycare for their small children. All of these things factor in. With the fact that we were not giving ample time to prepare a notification that this event would even officially be happening. So, we went and we performed our duties, and now we would like to seek some sort of compensation for that time.
These documents that are provided, the language arts suggestions, and the writing narrative, writing strand, and then these prompts, are those prepared by the teachers?
No, these were given to us from our principal. I do believe that they were prepared by the reading specialist, and I can't speak for everyone around the table, but these were just suggestions that were given as possible things that we could do inside of our classroom. I know that I took the time to prepare and look up and make sure that I had the Common Core standards, and I understood those, made sure the materials that were appropriate. Normally, we are given 40 minutes to communicate these goals to our students in any day. but we were given 20 minutes time to communicate both reading and then another 20 minutes for mathematics. So to find the materials and prepare them so that the parents could understand them and have it be effective, and then to allow time for discussion with those parents as well. We needed to modify and make sure everything was just planned out so that we use those select minutes in the most effective manner.
I noticed that the minutes for the April 24th, 2013 bargaining session between the board and the DEA are attached. I'm sure you're aware that I've handed those out at each meeting that I've had so far. And so I will distribute them here also. Just put the extra copies please on the table. This is page 6 of those meeting minutes with the portions highlighted. About the agreed upon compensation, if that's what we want to call it, that would be provided by the school district for curriculum night. My understanding is that the principals in each of the elementary buildings have provided some flexibility to the faculty members that attended the curriculum night. I just want to make sure that that has occurred at Heart River also.
We did receive 3 tickets that were distributed to us, allowing us to leave at 3:15 on different evenings. But with all due respect, Dr. Sullivan, for any one of us to leave at 3:15, someone would have to be brought in to cover our duties. I can't speak for everyone around the table, but I know my students aren't out of the hallways and gone, and then it's my duty to make sure that they are out the door. I'm lucky if that can happen by 3:25. So, you know, if the school is willing to work with us to make sure that staff is available to cover our duties as teachers, I guess that could be a possible solution. But does that mean, you know, bringing in substitute to cover that time? Because I know all of our aides at Heart River have other duties and are held responsible for making sure the crosswalks are there, are covered, you know, making sure the hallways are monitored. So it's not very easy to have that provided for us within our staff.
We were also discussing too, if we would use those on a regular day of the week, we would have to come in again later to get prepared for the next day. For teachers to leave at 3:15 and be ready for the next teaching day is not, wouldn't work out well for us.
And through PBIS, we have assigned people spots in the halls after school, whether it be outside or whether it be inside. And we have a whole plan in place that you are to be in your designated spot, ushering the kids out so that kids are cleared from the building by 3:25, 3:30. we're all assigned duties after school. And to leave at 3:15 just, to us, just doesn't make sense.
We also did ask in our grievance that we were compensated for our planning time as well. I know in our grade, we spent over an hour and a half preparing those lessons to make sure as professionals we were prepared and that we were ready to teach to parents and to be able to answer those questions. So that is something that wasn't included in those coupons. It merely covered, if you total the three together, the hour and a half that was required us to be there at curriculum night.
And I also want to add that I think we're all in agreement that we would like whatever compensation it is to be continuous rather than 15-minute chunks. We would like it in a chunk. Because we worked in a chunk, we would like our compensation to be in a chunk. And I have worked in other places of employment that have offered flex time, comp time, and it was never done in 15-minute increments. If you worked an hour and a half, if you worked 2 hours, it was provided back to you in that increment.
Sandy, can I see those tickets?
Absolutely.
Never seen any.
And for me to leave 15 minutes early, I would have to use an entire ticket for that.
Dr. Sullivan, are they uniform? Did everybody get the same, are you aware, tickets?
not know.
I've never seen any.
I don't know, I've never seen them. Don't recall.
I guess to go along with that, Dr. Sullivan, too, just to, you know, whenever we have to leave for sick leave or for a doctor's appointment, we are required to take it in 2-hour increments, not 15-minute blocks, which some of us could easily get in a doctor's appointment and be out in 45 minutes. But we're required to take it in 2 hours, and I know that that is for sick and that's different, but you know, I just feel that we put in this time as consecutive time. We would like to see it return to us as consecutive time as well.
I personally feel that we went above and beyond that night with the warning that we had
Absolutely.
to do our best, and I feel that we did do our best.
Because we had some people, I think it was Mrs. Kraft and Jamie, rewrote even the letter that went home to the parents, because the first letter said, come and meet your parents and find out, and we'd already had parent-teacher conferences, so it didn't really
Address what the night was about.
right. It actually
Made it more vague.
very vague. So, and am I correct? Was it
Yep.
Jody?
It was Jody and I. We took time out of our contract hours to type up that and have it approved, just to give the parents clear information about the night, what was being covered, and that it was expected for them to have childcare provided at that time, and that it was to go over curriculum and go over Common Core standards, that it wasn't just a simple meet your teacher and look at the room, that we were actually covering curriculum and standards.
How many parents showed up for your,
What was our total?
I had
2.
Kindergarten,
I
three.
had, yeah, 5th grade had 2.
So-
3rd grade had 2.
I'm gonna say the total was around 40, if I recall, in the, because
Yeah,
we had
I don't
some-
think it was that
I
much.
think it was-
I think it was less. Some parents left after the first part where the principal had provided the Common Core presentation. We did have some parents that left for that. We had some parents that came later. So I don't know if there was a direct total.
Anything else, Ms. Hood?
Anything else anybody would like to say?
Okay, well, I have the information and you'll receive a reply.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thanks for your time. Have a great day.